down to 11 on the shot clock. Rick Fox, a little floater won't go down. Robert Parish, an offensive rebound. Taken down off the miss. Larry Johnson, and then he can't save it.
A little harassment from behind, and the Chief just put it hard off the glass. That would be out of bounds.
Parish and D. Brown, a little two-man game. Mugsy Bogues comes to help, and we got illegal defense, I think, on Del Curry, who got caught in between, didn't he?
Well, you're really catching on to that illegal defense.
5 on that one.
Wow.
All right. I have been paying attention. Jimmy Oliver. 8 points for Jimmy Oliver. Celtics go back up 2.
Jimmy Oliver right now is really going to have his mettle tested as he's defending Del Curry, and they will look for Del Curry after coming off of 1, 2, sometimes 3 picks in a row.
Charlotte's certainly not playing like a team that needs this game tonight, unless you want to interpret those 6 turnovers as being tight. It didn't seem like a tight bunch in the warm-ups downstairs. 5 rebounds for Larry Johnson already in the game. Nice play by Pinckney. And Robert Parish upset at himself by not being able to handle that lead pass from Rick Fox.
That was, once again, big-time hustle by the Chief. Pass was right on the money, but watch Eddie Pinckney get right over as Mourning turns, and then watch this lead pass. That's right on the money. Oh, Chief, giving it all he's got.
Kenny Gaddison's into the game for Larry Johnson. Whoops, don't leave him open.
Well, everybody stopped him for Jimmy to try and catch up to him after the double pick, and Jimmy just kept running. He thought D. Brown was going to switch over on him. Little sophisticated things that he's got to learn how to do.
Rick Fox taking it strong to the basket. 5 for Fox, 2 the Boston lead.
Sure have some big guys that can take it to the middle, I'll tell you that.
They sure do. A lot of answers on this team.
All that big people. Gaddison at one point they were going to get rid of to try and get the salary cap down, and the rest of the Hornets got upset about it, and they finally kept him.
Jimmy Oliver. Parish and Bogues battle, and Bogues out of the pack with it.
This board right there saying Bogues stepped out of bounds and touched the ball while he was out of bounds.
Pinckney doing a job on Mourning in the blocks. Eddie on a wing. Robert Parish unable to tip it home, and Chris Ford is really working Don Vadden, the official, going back and forth on the top of the screen.
This game is being officiated like these guys want to catch the 8:05 train to New York, and it's already 8:07.
There's Parish giving one of the fouls Boston had to waste here with 4.3 seconds left to go in the quarter. That's his first and the 4th on the team. The Hornets have only been charged with 2 fouls. And now a 20-second timeout is going to be taken by Allan Bristow, with our score tied at 25, as he's coming up with the old 4.3-second play over there. There's a lot more Celtic action to come here tonight, so sit back and open up an ice cold, that's what he wanted to say, open up an ice cold Budweiser for that fresh, pure, natural taste that only comes from the king of beers.
Well, Jimmy Oliver is looking for his shots in this game. He knows probably this is going to be a prolonged look, and he wants to really give the coaching staff an idea that his offense is still there. A couple of games ago, he played and really passed up an awful lot of shots, and I was wondering if something was going through his head because he's primarily an offensive player.
He's taken 8 shots in the game so far. He's trying to defend Curry, who comes up shooting. Rebound to Pinckney, and the first quarter is going to end a tie. Boston 25, Charlotte 25.
And you will be there, will you? At Longwood?
Yes, I will be there at Longwood.
Love your commentary.
Thank you very much. I love working with those guys like Owen Davidson and Fred Stolley, and they make for a very interesting 4 days. Oh, Pinckney is going to be charged with the foul, but they met at the pass, didn't they?
Well, you watch this.
Oh.
That is a reject. Young officials are so prone to call any activity, and they really can't decipher what's a good play and what's not, and that comes from experience. So you got a couple of young officials out here.
Gaddison with his 3rd point of the game, and the Hornets go up by 1.
So Gaddison gets a gift.
That was. Celtics have D. Brown, Dino, Radja, Eddie, Pinckney, Rick Fox, and Xavier McDaniel on the floor. It's Bogues, Curry, Gaddison, Burkowski, and Eddie Johnson for the Hornets. X. Fox battling, Curry able to save it, but X tracks it down and lost it to Bogues. Bogues has got Burkowski with him and finds him.
You know, getting back to that Eddie Pinckney foul, that's the type of play that really spurs on a ball club after it's made. Boy, all of a sudden it picks them up emotionally, and for an official to call a foul on a play like that really can destroy the morale of a ball club.
X. Good defense by Gaddison down there in the corner. Fox wants to take Curry, gets the bump. Pinckney battling for the offensive rebound, and
you know, and Salvatore wasn't going to call it, but he blew the whistle, so he had a.
Yeah, the foul was on Del Curry.
But he wasn't going to call it.
No, I know. He did blow his whistle and then kind of
backed off. That's and right. Then said, well, I got to call it, so I'll call it.
Blew the whistle and then tried to hide.
A long year.
It has. It has indeed.
Watching some of these guys.
(28-27) Charlotte by 1. X has got Eddie Johnson. Pinckney's on Burkowski. Radja on Gaddison. Brown on Bogues. Fox on Curry. Rebound to Dino. X will turn around on the baseline, won't go. Bogues, the quick push, finds Curry for the jumper.
Well, that was just a perfect delivery on the numbers. Del Curry, who was already facing up before he caught the ball to shoot it.
Dino wants to go on Gaddison. A finger roll, no.
Oh, this guy got to get in the ball game, because that's happened every single time, and he finally blows the whistle. Well, Dino has turned to the basket about 6 times in this ball game, and it's the first time he's been to the line. and he hasn't gotten a clean shot yet.
Miami has a 26-17 lead on the Atlanta Hawks after the first quarter down in Miami. That's a big game for both clubs. A win by Miami eliminates Charlotte no matter what they do here tonight. A foul on Brokowski. Darren?
Yep. Brokowski came over from Milwaukee, and during the stint that the Hornets were playing without Mourning and Larry Johnson, played very effectively for us. And so did Marty Conlon.
Brokowski with some quick hands, and he throws it off X out of bounds.
Good hustle by Brokowski on the sideline. That's the type of play he's been giving them.
There's another look, and not much X can do. Tony Bennett is in the game at the point.
X almost made the injured reserve on that play.
Brokowski too hard off the glass. Eddie Pinckney hustles in for the rebound and gives it up quickly to D. D pulls up on Bennett and buries it. D hasn't missed yet. He's got 6 points. Celtics trail by 1. Gaddison found himself alone underneath and got 2. Going to Dino a lot. Brokowski on the double. X. Nice cut at the bucket and a foul, and a great look by Dino when the double hit him.
Well, Dino is becoming really expert at this type of play. He has the double, and he makes the good bounce pass so that X can see it, catch it, and score. Now, Xavier McDaniel, as we talked about in the pregame show, has left in the minds of some people that he was going to buy out his contract, but he kind of said he wasn't going to buy out his contract. I think that's what he said, right?
Kind of what he said in the pregame show is right. Eddie Johnson, who knows what to do with it, gets 2.
Well, you certainly don't want to let him go to his right.
Fox wants to go on Curry. He does. Got blocked by Gaddison, who came to help out. Here's Bennett the other way. And there's nowhere for Bennett to go. And no one home on that pass.
Well, X was in a bear hug with Curry.
.807 left to play here in the first half. And Charlotte holding on to a 2-point lead at 34-32. And that's going to be Eddie Johnson in the back of Eddie Pinckney.
Well, Eddie sure didn't want Eddie Pinckney to get too good a position. As Pinckney, the bigger player, as Eddie trying to get at the quarterback right now.
The Hornets committed 2 personal fouls in the first quarter. They are over the limit in the second quarter with 8 minutes to go.
Makes you wonder.
It makes you wonder.
And we're looking at Kevin Gamble arriving on the scene, and there's conjecture about whether the Celtics will make a strong enough bid to keep Kevin's services. And he started out as the beginning of the season as the starting quick forward. He lost his job ultimately to Rick Fox, mainly because of the defense and the rebounding prowess of Rick. Kevin still can be a valuable player at the 2-guard spot. But I don't know if they're going to pay him big money to be a backup.
Allegedly, the Indiana Pacers might, too. That's what the word seems to be. Gaddison missing down low, and there's Pinckney with a monster rebound. His 3rd of the game. Gamble wants to take Curry. get the jumper to stay. Dino couldn't keep it alive. Eddie Johnson gets it in the middle. Will take it. It's no surprise. Takes it again and gets it in a foul.
Well, Dino hustled back and then ran for the rebound after Eddie Johnson took the shot. You watch now. Dino's coming down the middle of the floor. He's right with Eddie Johnson. And instead of blocking Eddie Johnson out, he runs to the boards. Go and control an area. Once it hits the rim, you can go get the ball. To run underneath, there's Dino. The rebound came way over his head. But once again, those are the little things that will happen. The Chief gets another great round of applause just entering this ball game in the second quarter. Dino's being bothered with the leg problem, as you mentioned earlier, Mike, and he's gotten beaten and bruised and battered. And
Kevin Gamble.
What a sensational pass from D. Brown.
Found the right guy quickly. And we're tied at 36, the ninth tie of the game.
That's some a type of play that D was reluctant to make earlier in the year.
Mourning misses the hook.
Well, the Chief came back, made the good play, but didn't have both feet inbounds after he stepped out of bounds.
6:58 to go in the half. Tied at 36.
Well, here's the Chief with a lot of hustle. You can see both feet are out of bounds. The ball hits the floor, and the Chief gains possession before he gets both feet in the field of play.
Or even 1 foot.
Yep. Well, the Hornets are coming back with a big front line. Larry Johnson going to play the quick forward against X. Pinckney's going to take Gaddison, and Chief's going to take Mourning.
Eddie Johnson misses a three, and that's going to be Boston ball. Larry Johnson, the last to touch it. Bennett stays in the game at the point.
Well, it's not bad strategy if the Celtics only have one point guard. They have Cocciani, who I don't think is going to play in this game, it doesn't appear.
Gamble unable to put it down. Eddie Johnson takes it right up the gut himself. Tony Bennett went right into Parish. Tip won't go from Larry Johnson. Pinckney another board. Boston's 4 on 3. Pinckney hustling up the court. Yes! And a foul!
There is no denying that Kevin Gamble is a shooter. This is Eddie Pinckney. Excuse me, I thought it was Kevin Gamble. That's an acrobatic shot for Eddie Pinckney.
It's a hustle shot is what it was.
Sure is. Takes the blow and then just lofts it. You know, Eddie, if Parish should leave, could be so valuable as a starting center, because his speed and quickness could put a torture test on any of the really big centers that the Celtics might face, like Shaquille O'Neal, Alonzo, Mourning. But he's liable to get beat up in the process too. But yeah, but you could have a rotation of 2 or 3 guys playing the spot, so that Eddie and the rest of them could really do a number on some of these more established full-time centers.
Robert Parish picks up his second personal foul, the third on the team, which is about halfway through the second quarter. And Alonzo Mourning's going to get a couple at the line. Mourning with just 4 points in the game, but has played very well, as you see, against the Celtics this season.
Alonzo has got such mobility, and the difference between Alonzo and Shaquille O'Neal is exactly that mobility. This man has more skills, can shoot the ball, and Shaquille O'Neal, with his brute strength and his ability to bull his way to the basket and then slam it. And nobody seems to be able to take that away from Shaquille O'Neal, but Mourning is a much more finesseful player.
Parish leaves it for X. Pinckney keeps it alive, but then the Celtics are unable to control it. Boston by 1 halfway through the second. Here comes Bogues, who's back in with Hawkins. Hawkins going through on the baseline. Comes up short with the shot, and Parish takes it away from Mourning.
Boy, and the Celtics really had some people out there, and it took them almost an eternity for the outlet pass to happen.
Double team, triple team almost on Gamble. Steve Brown misses from the corner. Pinckney battling, but he couldn't get it. Addison lost it. There's D. Brown off to the races. They won't catch him. Credit Eddie Pinckney with getting a loose ball and getting it out quickly to D. Bogues, a terrific crossover move, but then he couldn't finish. And the foul's called on Ed Pinckney over the back.
Here's Mugsy Bogues. Good crossover as D was trying to play the pick, and Bogues just squirted to the hoop. And the foul was on Eddie Pinckney. Please.
Well, yeah, I know people get mad at us, but heck, it's the last game. The official who made that call was about 20 feet away with about 5 players, including Pinckney, between himself and Larry Johnson. And the official under the basket made no effort to make any call. Robert Parish has just picked up his 3rd personal foul. Don't these guys realize that this may be his last game here? Rick Fox and Dino Radja are going to come back in for Boston. One would expect Dino will come in for Robert Parish.
Well, Alonzo Mourning right now has picked up the Shaquille O'Neal disease and the trouble with his foul shot.
He's 4th amongst NBA centers at the free throw line.
Yep.
Celebrated Christmas early against the Celtics.
Larry Johnson has been plagued with a bad back, similar to Larry Bird. And Alonzo Mourning with some knee problems and back problems.
D.
Mugsy Bogues is never going to get up there and bother D. Brown. He can get that shot anytime he wants it.
Knocked away by Gamble underneath, and he comes up with the loose ball. Celtics have numbers on the break. Kevin Gamble, it worked out all right.
Celtics had a 4-on-3. They went to the 4th man up, and then the entire Charlotte defense collapsed. Gamble wide open.
Charlotte is going to take a timeout, trailing by 6 now with 3:55 to go in the half. You're watching Celtic basketball right here on Sports Channel.
Here's the Celtics really on the gallop. They come up with a loose ball here. Gamble immediately on the attack. Look at the big guys of the Celtics running. It's really a 4-on-2. Should spell a layup. But the kickout pass, and then D makes the defense collapse even more. But look at all the good rebounding position on miss, had there been one.
Larry Johnson gets to.
Well, Fox got caught behind Larry Johnson, and if there's one thing Larry Johnson knows how to do, it's play down on the box.
Brown trying to take Bogues, kicks it back to Fox. He will not take the 3, gives it up to Gamble. Kevin trying to keep it alive, does off the offensive glass. Fox strong with the basket, no call. Fox. Oh, a kick ball is called on Rick Fox.
There's Fox on the drive. Now what?
Three minutes and 12 seconds left to go here in the first half of a 45-41 game. Burkowski.
Oh, the clean look inside.
And Dino unable to control it. It went off his sneaker out of bounds.
Well, once you have a double team on Alonzo Mourning and the ball is kicked out of there, you've got to block him off the boards. And he's going to fight you tooth and nail because he's a very aggressive player.
Oh! Hawkins trying to free himself, coming around a couple of screens. Gamble attempting to stay with him. Hawkins again looking for his shot. Gamble's going to be called for the foul.
Well, Kevin Gamble was doing a lot of dancing, and from all the years he's played the quick forward spot, he's never really been asked to play the quick two guards on defense. And his inability to really get those feet moving quickly on defense really never showed up an awful lot at the quick forward spot because not too many people are going to drive by him. Where Kevin got hurt mostly on the in that position was in the rebounding department, where he could at times get overpowered or be matched up against the guy 6'10". And Fox much more physical. But this is a real challenge for Fox now to take Larry Johnson. Picture Kevin Gamble trying to defend Larry Johnson on the box.
Nope.
It's a tough job for even Rick Fox.
Not a pretty picture. Celtics by 2 in the ball. Fox got a good step on Johnson there.
What a solid move by Rick. And there's the weakness of Larry Johnson, bad back and all. Well, I'll tell you, no fake involved. He just blew by him. And Fox, pretty strong. Should have made that shot, but there's a look at Dino's leg. Got kicked the other night, and he played what, about 2 minutes?
Yeah. 9 for Fox here in the game. Boston by 4. Larry Johnson is doubled. Burkowski left open. Burkowski. Frank saw the opening and took it.
Well, Dino made the attack and went straight out at the man. You got to take a step and force him back to where the double started. That's where the help is going to be helped. Oh, touched the ball, he said.
It'll still be Boston ball, but they'll be down to 6 on the shot clock. 2:01 left to play here in the first half. Dino aware of the shot clock. Fox on the offensive glass.
That's what I'm talking about, Rick Fox. He gives him another rebounder up front. He'll get you one of those, 2 of those, some layups. He'll get you an outside shot, a couple, 2 drives, and before you know it, he's got 20 points and they have to run a play for him.
Yeah. Point is well taken about him. People remember the 3 threes he had the other night. He also had 22 other points that they want him.
That's great offense when you get him like Fox gets him.
D. Brown wants to take Bogues. Bogues got a hand in there. Hopping into the forecourt is Mugsy Bogues.
Oh, what a great pass. What a great pass. Once the ball gets down that far into the corner and you're fronting a man, you watch, it goes to the corner and they go outside, and as Dino slides over the top, and that pass is right down along the baseline, and nothing you can do about it.
Dino picked up his 3rd.
When Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was playing for the Milwaukee Bucks, they had 900 different ways to feed him the ball from every conceivable angle, and they worked meticulously at it. And I think the rest of the league, you know, they went after Larry Costello as a know-nothing coach. Let me tell you, Larry Costello, and my team with the Celtics played against the great Milwaukee team with Oscar Robertson. He was the best coach I coached against in my years coaching the Celtics, and primarily that great inside passing stuff to the low post guy. And everybody's kind of copied it since then.
7 of Mourning's 9 points at the free throw line as we go under a minute to go here in the first half, and the Celtics lead by 2. Gamble. Pinckney screaming illegal defense at Alonzo Mourning, and a foul is called on Hersey Hawkins as Gamble just kept backing him down and backing him down.
Gamble was setting himself up, I believe, to go to a left hand. Hersey Hawkins, I don't know if he's really done the job that they thought he was going to do. He was an exceptional scorer with the Sixers. Came to the Hornets this year, and they thought that backcourt of Hawkins and Eddie Johnson would provide some great offensive punch. They gave up Kendall Gill to get him.
And Curry.
And Curry.
Yeah.
They do have 8 players in double figures. Their defense after Mourning was injured really fell apart.
Brown, I believe, is going to be called for that push on Alonzo Mourning, and he'll be back at the free throw line again with 31.3 seconds to play here in the half. Second personal foul on D. Brown. Both teams long since over the limit in this second quarter.
Larry Johnson's a great passer. That last pass to Alonzo Mourning, you really had to know what you were doing. He spotted Alonzo Mourning being covered, but by a small man, and he put it right where the small man couldn't get it, up high. That's poise and really understanding how to pass the ball. That was a great pass. It looked like so what pass, but that showed the intelligence of Larry Johnson down on the box.
Nine free throws made for Mourning. He's 9 of 10 at the line here in the first half. Mourning comes on the double on Gamble. Nice look. X unable to finish, but then he tipped it in.
Makes the more difficult shot.
He sure did. Bogues. Oh, nicely done. Gamble is going to get a basket here. Yes! Count it. Charlotte asleep at the switch.
A down and out after a made basket. Give it to X. That's right on the money. Gamble did the post pattern. Gamble to the left hand just as the light was about to go off. Look at X being covered by Mourning. That had to be right on the money. Look at it. Don't come any better than that.
The close shave of the game, perhaps. A leading candidate, no doubt. 55-51. Celtics by 4. Welcome back, everyone. Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinz. It's time now for the Celtic three-point play contest brought to you by your New England Jeep and Eagle dealer and Sports Channel. Tonight's Celtic three-point play contestant, Kevin Clancy of Sturbridge, Mass. And Kevin selects Robert Parish. That is a nice choice, Kevin, on a night like this, to be the first Celtic to score a three-point play in the third quarter. And if Kevin is right, and I hope he is right on a night like this, because it's about time we send someone on a trip for 2 to Sandals Resort in Antigua. You know why, Tom? Because it's the Caribbean's #1 ultra all-inclusive luxury resort for couples only. Good luck to Kevin Clancy of Sturbridge, Mass. And I hope the Chief comes through for you. He's out there. He's on the floor. And he's ready. 55-51. Mugsy Bogues, Hersey Hawkins, Larry Johnson, Frank Brakowski, and Alonzo Mourning start the second half. Mourning with the miss. Jimmy Oliver got a loud hand in there, but Mourning hung in and got the basket.
Well, that was real strength by Alonzo Mourning.
Celtics have T. Brown, Jimmy Oliver, Rick Fox, Dino, Radja, and the Chief. He always has to use that left hand to get Mugsy Bogues' hand off him.
Has been called on.
An illegal defense going on here, but look at Mugsy Bogues. Creates room for himself, never takes the hand off until D. Brown knocks it off. Now that's a foul. I don't care what you say. they call the illegal defense. You are not allowed to hold a man like Mugsy Bogues did.
D. Brown misses the tee. Allan Bristow. What do you hear, Thomas? Allan Bristow in any trouble?
He's under the gun down there in Charlotte. I don't know what the fans down there had expected to happen without Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson playing most of the season. I think he's done a really good job.
They're going to call an offensive foul on Rick Fox on that play.
Oh, Rick Fox beats Larry Johnson, but there's that old goaltender.
Yeah. Rick did make good use of the left hand.
It kind of looked like he got hit on his right hand.
It's Charlotte ball with the Celtics leading by 2. Alonzo kicks it out to Hawkins. Larry Johnson misses the easy one, and then who did he? Oh!
Well, there's another one. I got to see whose knee this goes off of.
Well, it was Parish's leg. Good call. Good call. It was. It was Chief's leg. Didn't look like it from up here. We were ready to pounce on him, no question. Technical foul on Chris Ford is called by Bennett Salvatore.
Well, Chris Ford gets a technical foul about once a century. So if you think that we're making this stuff up, it's really got Chris Ford's attention.
Hawkins makes the tee. 7 points for Hersey. Hawkins 3 points make it 1 point. The Boston lead at 55-54, and Charlotte will have the ball and a chance to get the lead. Inside, double team immediately. Larry Johnson decides to shoot it anyway and make it.
Well, Rick Fox was right there, had the hand on the ball, and the strength of Johnson just muscled it up.
That was a muscle basket, wasn't it?
Oh.
There's the screen outside.
There's a double team before the ball was caught.
Rakowski reach in, got all ball. Here comes Bogues the other way. Bogues keeps right on going, dishes it out. Hawkins squares up, misses the 3. Fox with the rebound. Kicks it out to D. Brown. Over to Jimmy Oliver for 3. Dino on the offensive glass. Oliver misses the 2. Parish on the offensive glass. D wants to run something here. Chiefs to turn around. 8. Parish and Mourning are really bumping each other. I mean, really bumping each other.
And Pat's going to have a little say with Bennett Salvatore. That's awful. Here comes the Chief up the court.
Number 4 on Robert Parish. Hawkins wild with the jump shot. Fox pushing it up quickly. Oliver to Dino. Nicely done by Jimmy Oliver. Good hustle by Dino Roger, and Oliver knew where he was. Mourning the jump hook. Alonzo, the leading scorer in the game, with 15.
How many foul shots?
I think 12.
Right.
No, not 12, no, probably 11. 9 of 10, I'm told by Dick Light, and Dick Light would know. Rick Fox finds the shooter, and Jimmy Oliver delivers.
Boy, he just made the defense dance towards him. Bogues
able to draw the foul off D. Brown. The third personal foul on D. Brown.
Watch what Rick Fox does here now. He goes back to Fox. Fox makes the defense react and then gets Jimmy Oliver an absolutely pure look.
Robert Parish sits down and Eddie Pinckney comes in. Bogues will get a couple. Scott Burrell is going to come into the game for the first time tonight.
Scott Burrell and Rick Fox sort of have a real battle going on because they're both the same type of player.
That was a little quick, wasn't it?
Well, a little hands on the waist, too, and the official wouldn't call it.
Rakowski. Little turnaround. 61 apiece as we go under 8 minutes to go in the third. The 621st consecutive Garden sellout crowd on it. And that's going to be a foul on Burrell. Second foul on Burrell.
There was not much room for Rick Fox to make his move. Kind of in the corner was Mugsy Bogues just waiting. Not an awful lot of room to make a drive clean to the basket.
Dino the kick. Jimmy Oliver, the floater is short, tries to go after it, can't, and now Charlotte's got numbers the other way. Rakowski, nice hustle. Charlotte's up two. That was not a bad pass by Fox, but Dino wasn't ready for it. And there's Rakowski again. This time he gets fouled by Fox.
Here's the double team. Put it right on the hands for Dino if he had been alert. And then Fox comes up and helps out on this break by really creating a difficult shot for Rakowski, but Rakowski will be up the line for two.
5-0 run here by the Hornets.
You know, if this team had managed to make the playoffs, I think they would have really created some problems because they are seething to become a recognized franchise.
Gamble in, Oliver out.
And this guy has really added something to that ball club.
Mourning sneaks in and gets two. And Chris Ford is going to take a timeout. 7:03 left to go in the third. Charlotte, maybe their biggest lead of the game. They're up 4. I understand Miami now has taken a 13-point lead on the Atlanta Hawks, 66-53 in the third quarter of their game in Miami. Charlotte right now up 4. A win by Charlotte tonight, if Miami wins, means nothing to the Charlotte Hornets, and their season will end this weekend. Burrell is still out defensively on Fox. Gamble wants to take Curry. Mourning comes on the double. Can't hit the jump shot. Burrell is there for the rebound. Quickly to Curry, ahead to Bogues. Bogues is going to take it. Oh, Mourning is there for the follow.
Clean-up rebounds off the fast break. He's tough enough in a set offense to block him out, but give him a head of steam coming up the court. No chance.
8 points for Alonzo Mourning in this third quarter. Got a piece of Dino's shot. Pinckney there for the offensive glass. Gives it to Fox. Leaves it for Dino. And the foul, I think, is going to be on either Bogues or Mourning. They give it to Bogues. That will be his first personal foul. And it'll put Dino at the line with 6:12 to play in the third. And Charlotte right now with a 6-point lead. Dino just 4 points here tonight, playing again with that injured right leg. He is the Celtics' leading scorer and rebounder, I believe.
Yes, he is. Well, Chris Ford has had a season that has tested his patience, tested his ability to maneuver and deal with adversity, deal with every conceivable thing that a coach would deal with. Building of a new franchise, trying to keep it simple. Bogues never got out of it.
No, I mean, he was doing it a long time, wasn't he? Fox takes away the rebound from Burrell, gets it ahead to D. Brown, dish for Dino, and Mourning is there, and Bennett Salvatore's got a foul. Fouls on Scott Burrell.
That's good outlet pass by Fox. D. Brown takes it in the middle to create some problems, and good hustling defense there. And Dino on the wing. Boy, everybody in the world took a shot at Dino.
I'll tell you what, Mourning's got a great ability, Tom, to be able to stop and then go straight up defensively.
Well, I didn't have a vote last year for Rookie of the Year, but had I a vote, he would have gotten it.
Dino now with 8 to get the Celtics back to within 2.
The other guy, Shaquille O'Neal, has now become a cult hero.
Yes. He took 31 shots in that game last night.
Yeah, they got everything designed for him to slam it in there, and you and I have talked about what the officials are doing for him. They're allowing him to do a cha-cha step every time he catches the ball.
6 points for Del Curry, none prettier than those two. Charlotte by 4. Mourning got away with kind of dismissing Dino Radja. Bogues unable to hit the pull-up. D. Brown, nice play. Gets it ahead to Fox. In the middle, Pinckney. Good look for Dino, and he'll go to the line as Gaddison picks up the foul.
Well, Eddie Pinckney just makes a great pass on the break for a power forward, and Gaddison, who had hustled back, is forced to the foul. And Dino right now saying, hey, I can't make a basket. I ought to be able to take those blows and still score the hoop, but those are heavy blows they're delivering on Dino right now.
Larry Johnson comes back in. Scott Burrell goes out.
Dino Radja is going to be a cornerstone player for the next several years for the Celtics.
I hope so.
He's got, and I think he's got more to give. I think he's got other skills that haven't been unveiled yet. You know, fast break stuff, outside shooting.
Double team immediately on Mourning. Johnson, good look for Gaddison. And it's the Hornets by 5. 71-66, 4.5 to go in the third. Fox just spun away. Oh,
bad ball.
Offensive foul, Rick Fox.
This guy had to go home to Sheboygan and forget about refereeing.
That's 4th personal foul on Rick Fox. And Rick is going to sit down. Xavier McDaniel is going to come in.
Gary Benson that was. Remember that name. Gary Benson. We'll see if he's around next year.
Bogues, a floater, and he gets the roll.
Well, the Celts trying to play without Robert Parish. They're doubling everything down low, and right now, the Hornets have the answer to that. Beautiful passing out of the double teams.
Parish, like Fox on the bench, with 4 personal fouls. Dale Curry is going to be called for that foul. That's 2 on Curry, and Charlotte's over the limit with 3:47 to play in the third.
You know, if they make a move and change the coaches down in Charlotte and say, Mr. Bristow, we no longer need your services, they are really asking for trouble. And this is one of the things that the ownership and management really does to foul up a team. And if they succumb to whatever imagined pressure is out there, that's foolish stuff. They'll put themselves back a full year. New coach will come in with new philosophy. They'll all have to learn again. He'll have to learn them.
Fouls on Gaddison, a push underneath on Dino Radja. And on Gaddison, that'll be his 4th.
There's Mugsy Bogues taking the shot he really doesn't like to take, and there's a little push off, you see. As
Dino did emphasis on the little there.
As Dino had the real good inside position on Gaddison.
So Dino will be at the line. Celtics trailing by 5. We were tied at the end of 1. Celtics led by 4 at the half.
Right now,
double figures now.
Right now, Chris Ford, I think, is playing some of the people that you would see next season without any additions. And Robert Parish not being on the team. And just trying to get a feel of what might be able to be done with that team. It's a good basketball club.
Eddie Pinckney will be called for the push in the back of Alonzo Mourning.
Allan Bristow has brought with him from Denver, where he was an assistant to Doug Moe, the passing game offense, and that was what happened on that last possession by the Hornets.
Del Curry partially blocked by D. Brown, and the outlet pass is thrown away. Curry gets it back in the corner, well short with the 3. Pinckney might have got a piece of that.
Boy, and X should have just kept running, baby. He had a full head of steam, and
ties the game.
There's got to be a place for Kevin Gamble next season.
73 all. Mourning misses outside. Gamble trying to lose Curry. Now he wants to get a spot against Curry. The double from Mourning. They kick it to X. Little floater by X, too hard off the glass, out of bounds. Pinckney, the last to touch it. We have got a timeout on the floor, 2:16 to go in the third. We're tied at 73. You're watching Celtic basketball right here on Sports Channel. No winner in tonight's Celtic 3-point play contest, but just for having his name selected, Kevin Clancy of Sturbridge, Mass. wins an autographed Celtic basketball courtesy of MVP Sports, where you get the most for your sporting goods dollar. Congratulations to Kevin Clancy from your friends at Sports Channel and your New England Jeep and Eagle dealers. 73 all with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the third. Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn. Celtics hanging right in there with Charlotte in a game that the Hornets have to have if they're going to extend their season. Offensive foul on Larry Johnson.
Well, there was muscle against muscle. X just does a great job, takes the middle away, And as Johnson keeps chugging, and there is the clear out as he went to the left hand. As X was there with them all the way.
Miami and the Hawks are in a 7-point game as they head for the fourth quarter. Miami with the lead. Dino puts Boston back up by 2.
What a great play by Dino. At the last instant, he just spotted Bogues and got the ball up, so Bogues couldn't take it away. That's a walk.
9 for Gaddison. 75 all. Dino over the screen for Gamble. Kevin's going to take it. Rebound Larry Johnson.
Got a good game going on here.
Curry pulls up. Sticks it. 8 points for Dale Curry. Final minute of the third.
He has been a Celtic killer over the years.
There's a steal by Curry. And he gets 2.
Well, D. Brown just tried to make a pass too long, and by the time he got over there, Curry had gotten back into defensive position.
Kevin Gamble, no foul.
Yeah.
Count the 2.
And he was surrounded by 3 players.
Bogues trying to use the screen from Mourning. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Dino saves it. D the other way. And a foul is going against Charlotte.
There was Eddie Pinckney playing good defense on Mourning, and there's a great hustle play by Dino. Celtics came up and attacked right away, and D. Brown drew the foul on Mugsy Bogues as Celtics had a good fast break opportunity going. Remember the other night I mentioned the fact that Chris Ford came up with an innovation to try and create this attack mentality of, in the practices, in their scrimmages, using a 12-second shot clock to get them in the habit of not walking the ball up the floor and also looking for the good shot quickly.
We're tied at 79, and Charlotte will have one last opportunity here to take the lead at the end of 3. And that's where we'll stay. 79 apiece with 12 minutes to go. A look at our game summary as we head for the fourth quarter. Alonzo Mourning, 19 points and 10 rebounds. Dino Radja coming alive with 11 in the third quarter. The Celtics, as you can see, doing the job on the glass tonight after being out-rebounded by an average of nearly 11 over the course of this season series. 79-79. Boston's going to send out Parish, Pinckney, Gamble, Xavier McDaniel, and D. Brown. And the Charlotte Hornets will have Bennett, Johnson, Burkowski, Gaddison, and Eddie Johnson. Here we go, the final 12 at the Boston Garden this year.
It looks like D. Brown's going to go to distance tonight.
In and out, Pinckney right there on the offensive glass. Gamble misses the 3. Pinckney again on the offensive glass. Pinckney hustling down there, I'll tell you. Eddie's winning a lot of friends in these last few games.
Eddie's such a great guy. Everybody loved Eddie.
D. Brown trying to work on Tony Bennett. Misses a 3. Larry Johnson the rebound.
Well, that is not exactly the shot to be taken after you've played so many minutes, because your legs are not really underneath you at this point. Maybe you should try and go to the hoop.
Bennett can't hit Gaddison there for an offensive rebound and can't get the hook shot down. D leaves it for X. X thought he was going to shoot it. Xavier can't get it. Tip from Gamble won't go. Someone got Parish's attention under the basket. Boy, Eddie Johnson, he just has one thing in mind when he gets the ball, doesn't he?
Kind of easy game when all you have to do is shoot it.
Celtics take a quick timeout here in the fourth with 10:07. Now they're going to call it a 22nd timeout. Let's take another look at Eddie Johnson's basket.
Well, here's Eddie as Gamble made the rush at him. Allows Eddie to go right. He loves to go right. And he's got all the shots. That was not an easy shot to make. He was angled off. And the Gamble couldn't keep him angling into the corner, which would have really made it a tough shot.
Fans, a great way to reward yourself after the game is with the fresh, pure, natural taste of an ice cold Budweiser. Proud to be your bud.
Well, the Celtics doing some damage here on the boards, but have been unable to connect from the field.
4-point Charlotte lead. 10 minutes to go in the game. Parish. Going to work on Gaddison. Gaddison called with a push before the shot. That's 5 on Gaddison, I believe.
But I'm sure that the Charlotte people are not concerned about Kenny Gaddison getting in foul trouble right now.
Kevin Gamble can't kiss it home. Gaddison comes down with a rebound. Eddie Johnson.
Kevin Gamble had a back pick on him and never kind of got stunned by what happened, and Eddie Johnson drifted to the corner wide open.
It's going to get Rick Fox back into the game as Eddie Johnson's hit 3 straight hoops to open the fourth. Deep Brown can't answer, and Pinckney the last to touch that one. Fox in, and Xavier McDaniel will take a seat.
There's D. Brown. That's as good a shot as you can get. Pulled up to the foul line. Eddie just giving it all he could give it. Just couldn't hang on.
Celtics are 0 for 8 in the first 3 minutes of this fourth quarter. Larry Johnson wants the ball down on the blocks. The double from D. Bennett open. He finds Gaddison. Rebound Fox.
Gaddison normally hits that shot.
And Celtics are going to use timeout here. 8:44 to go in a 6-point game. Charlotte's got the lead. Miami is only leading Atlanta now by 3 in the fourth quarter.
You know, this Miami race that's going on with the Charlotte Hornets, pretty important, but Miami playing Atlanta. Atlanta is only a half a game ahead of New York. They got 1.5.
Right, it's a huge game for Atlanta tonight.
It certainly is. And New York easily doing a number on Philadelphia.
Dino Radja unable to convert there as the Celtics still sit on 79, 3.5 minutes into the quarter. Nice play, Dino over the back of Gaddison to knock it away. Fox to Brown. Gamble. Got it.
Good ball movement that time by D. Brown on the up quick.
15 for Kevin Gamble, and it's a 2-possession game with 8 minutes to go. Larry Johnson, no rebound. Gamble quickly to Fox. Fox got mugged by Bennett. That's the reaction of the crowd. Brown out to Rick. 7 on the shot clock. They go to Parish. He bounces off Gaddison and hits the hook shot. $85-83.
The Chiefs doing his thing.
jump ball is called. That was a great defensive play again by Fox. That whistle got me out of my chair.
Well, Bennett Salvatore was always one of those trailing officials, and now he's the lead official with this crew, and they're trying out this crew, I guess. We haven't seen this group of three here, I don't think, all season long. I hope we never see him again. What a play by Fox.
Fox is matched up with Larry Johnson right now. Lost him. Parish got there. And Bennett Salvatore called him for a foul.
Bennett may not be able to get out of this building if Robert Parish fouls out tonight.
Here's the knockaway by the Chief. Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. What a terrible call. Jeepers, it's the guy's last game.
You know, I don't care who wins or loses this game. You know, it's important for the Charlotte. But somebody ought to write a letter to the distinguished head of the officials about this threesome.
Johnson makes his free throws, 87-85. Charlotte by 2. Oh, goodness.
Well, he's going to make it up.
Well, that's exactly what that was.
That's what he's doing now.
That's the first personal foul, by the way, on Alonzo Mourning. Mourning hustles back in to control that rebound. Double Larry Johnson. He finds an open Bogues. Well short. Parish the rebound. Looked quickly at D. Brown.
Oh, he missed Dino.
In double figures with 10 rebounds. Gamble won't take the three. Waits for a Parish screen. Four on the shot clock. Gamble had to toss it up. That was a horrible offensive trip to the Celtics. Here comes Bogues. Dino with the block. 87-85 with 5:42 to go.
Here's Bogues, who will get you going every which way, and Dino right on the ball. Brown really made it a tough shot and had to lay it back right out there to Dino to see.
5:42 left. A 2-point game. Miami a 3-point lead on the Atlanta Hawks with a minute and a half to go in Miami. Eddie Johnson blocked by D. Brown. Picked off by Parish. Stolen by Eddie Johnson.
Eddie was determined to score on that possession.
Eddie's got 8 points in the fourth quarter. That's going to be the second foul, I believe, on Alonzo Mourning.
He's pretty judicious about his fouls. He watches himself and husbands those fouls nicely.
Husbands them, no less.
Yep.
Dino into the lane, and traveling is called.
I'm going home after that one. I am absolutely going home after that one. Holy mackerel. Give me a break.
Kevin Gamble called for the foul. That's 2 on Kevin. It's 2 on the team. Charlotte 89, Boston 85 with 4:45 left to go in the game. Eddie Johnson trying to free himself. Bogues got Parish in a switch. Parish trying to get back to Mourning. Down to 6 on the shot clock. Bogues. That was a nice play by Bogues. Johnson unable to hit anything with the shot, so a 24-second violation. Bogues found a teammate with a pretty good shot when it looked like all was lost there, didn't it?
Well, that's what he's in there for. He kind of reads the defense very nicely, but his biggest attribute is the hard push up the floor and distributing it at the front end of the break.
Dino over Mourning, and he's unable to connect, but the ball is off Dino out of bounds. Bennett Salvatore may need a police escort. We're about to go under 4 minutes in the game. Charlotte the ball and a 4-point lead. Mugsy Bogues.
Larry Johnson skipped the pass over the top as everybody else was defended. Mugsy Bogues tucked away in the corner on the weak side.
A 6-0 run here by Charlotte to take a 91-85 lead. It's still Celtic ball with 12 on the shot clock, 3:35 to go in the game.
Well, they took a 3-point play away from Dino Radja. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Parish gets it to D. Brown. Gamble will take it. Parish trying to tip it, pulled down by Larry Johnson. Johnson into the paint for 2. 11 for Larry Johnson, and the Celtics take a timeout. An 8-0 run by Charlotte, and they've got an 8-point lead, 93-85. Critical possession for Boston here, down 8 with under 3 minutes to go in the game. Dino muscles his way away from Bristow.
That's ludicrous. That is absolutely ludicrous. He got hit twice on that play.
Larry Johnson comes down with the basketball. This Ward is a very frustrated guy at the top of the screen. They've got Gamble on the grab on that one as Mourning headed to the basket.
You know, when a game is poorly officiated, it takes all the heart out of both teams.
Eddie Pinckney back in, Dino Radja out. It's taken a lot of the heart out of the Celtics here in the last 6 or 7 possessions, I'll tell you that much.
Well, Dino scored a basket, got fouled on the play. They call it a walk. And he got hit on that one. There's 5 points. Potentially, actually a hoop.
Whoops. .21 for Alonzo Mourning and a 10-point Charlotte lead. So it appears the Hornets will do what they have to, and Mourning is called for a push on Robert Parish.
Gary Benson ought to seek another line of employment, like used cars or something.
First and last 2 minutes on Charlotte. We have 1:50 to go in the Celtics home season. And D. Brown's pass goes awry. Chris Ford, a guy who, if you were with us all year long on the pregame shows, really is a class act. I mean, I tell you, I've done a lot of announcing, and Tom can say this too. Often when you interview coaches, they spend the first 2 or 3 minutes when they are with you before you go on the air telling you what not to ask them and what they don't want to talk about. And Chris Ford was never that way once this year. He answered every question that was ever asked of him. Chris Ford is aside from being an excellent basketball coach, is a class act and a very, very good guy.
Dave Gavitt gave indications that Chris Ford will be back next year, and well, he should be. He has 1 more year on his contract, but see what the powers may be will do with Chris Ford. Normally at the end, when there's 1 more year to go, if they think the guy's done a good job, they'll extend the contract. So
Chris Ford is one of those rare guys who the more you are around him, the more you like him.
he's
You can't say that about a lot of people.
even keel guy, which is really the temperament that you need to be a coach. And I've said this many times before, when he's got a ball club and adversity strikes it, he's the quickest adjusting coach I've ever seen. Within 3 games, when he's got a real top-notch ball club, that club has found another way to win. This has been a rebuilding job all season long, and some good things have developed for this season.
The crowd starts chanting for Robert Parish. Under a minute to go in the game. Send this one down low, guys. Send it down low. Rick Fox is fouled on his way to the hoop.
Well, these players don't really have a feel for the dramatic, Mike, like you do. Like you do.
I wanted to see that ball go into Parish. Thank you. Rick Fox at the line for 2. Tom Heinsohn and I, too, would both like to say thank you to our producer, Brian O'Sullivan, for a great job all year long, our director, Jim Burgoyne, and Robert Parish. Thank you.
Leadership this man has provided. A quiet presence during the great years in the 80s. A fierce competitor when it needed to be done. But this year, probably more than any other year, his personality imprinted on this basketball team in more than the subtle way that it had been in prior years. The Chief is a mensch, as they say in Jewish. And for you non-Jewish speaking people, that means the Chief is a real man.
The applause will probably no doubt continue through the rest of this game and until such time as Robert Parish walks off the floor for perhaps the final time. Bennett Salvatore has no sense for the dramatic, calling fouls at this point. 3 NBA championship teams, twice All-NBA, 9 times on the All-Star team. And boy, we could go on forever with some of the all-time statistics for Robert Parish. 8th all-time rebounding, 12th all-time scoring. And the 0-0 will soon be right there.
Well, the biggest accomplishment is the focusing that he was able to maintain as an athlete for so many years. That's probably the most difficult thing for anybody to do, to block other things out of your life, to play the game at its peak level. And I've seen it happen on rare occasions. John Havlicek would have played till he was 100, and I think the Chief would have too. And maybe he still will. Who knows?
Robert Parish is about to leave the building.
Mike, Robert Parish has a parquet heart and a parquet spirit. And he also likes horror movies. Hail to the Chief.
We'll be back. Welcome back, everyone. 95-89 is our score. The Charlotte Hornets have themselves a 6-point win here tonight, but that was really not the story in the final home game of the Celtics season. The story, Robert Parish, and a very touching response by the crowd here tonight to what could well have been the Chiefs' last game in Boston after 14 wonderful seasons as a member of the Boston Celtics. For you NBA fans, Miami did win the game tonight over the Atlanta Hawks, so this win really didn't do a whole lot for the Charlotte Hornets as they have been eliminated from the playoffs. Miami will get the final playoff spot, but the evening really belonged to Robert Parish, and it was, again, very nice to see how the fans here responded to it.
The Chief deserved every accolade that's ever been delivered to him. They were few because he didn't ask for them, didn't demand them, and kind of shied away from the press. Let Kevin McHale, who was Mr. Loudmouth and Funny Mouth, and Larry Bird, who did it with the spectacular plays, dominate the press coverage. But the Chief, very much a force of what happened here during the 80s for this very, very competitive basketball team. And he was recognized tonight in the true spirit to which he should have been recognized, the fans' appreciation.
I agree. He's going to be our Old Spice player of the game. I would have made him the Old Spice player of the game if he only scored 2 points in the game, but he didn't. He had 10 points and 11 rebounds and a couple of block shots. And the Budweiser player of the game, why not? Robert Parish's final basket of the season.
Well, there he is on the box and spins nicely on Gaddison. A rolling hook. But you will remember the Chief if he never plays another game for the rainbow jumper that hit the flags and would find the net.
And don't forget, the next Celtic game here on Sports Channel will be tomorrow night. Now, that's a programming change, but tomorrow night, the Celtics and the Chicago Bulls from the Chicago Stadium will be here on Sports Channel. Don't forget to join Tommy Heinsohn and Bob Cousy tomorrow night at 8:30, the Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. Sports Channel proud to announce today that beginning June 1st, it will become an affiliate of Prime Network. You'll enjoy Prime's extensive coverage of pro tennis, the best of national college football and basketball, NASCAR racing, soccer, golf, pro boxing, and much more. Beginning June 1st, Sports Channel New England will be your prime source for sports. Final score here at the Garden tonight, 95-89. The Charlotte Hornets beat the Celtics in the final home game of the season. And again, the score really irrelevant to what was going on here this evening, as tonight belonged to Robert Parish, and all the fans of Boston got a chance to say goodbye to the Chief. We're going to say goodbye to you for this portion of the broadcast. We'll be back with the postgame show in just a minute.